Well, hey there, sweet friends, and welcome back to a new video. Today, it is all about Advent calendars. I'm going to share with you my Advent calendars for this year and why I do Advent calendars, how they can be fun to use throughout the holiday season, and hopefully inspire you to start an Advent tradition in your own home. So Advents can be a lot of different things. Now, some people do Advent calendars that are strictly for their religious beliefs. They do the wreaths and then the candles and all of that. Every denomination has their own take on it. I am not talking Advent calendar in a religious sense today. Today, I'm talking about bringing some more fun and joy and whimsy to Christmas. That's how I use Advent calendars. But I thought I would just note, because not everybody knows what an Advent calendar is, where you do with them. And then you have this whole trend that started, I would say a few years ago, where bigger influencers on YouTube would use their Vlogmas video to film their Advent calendars. And a lot of them promoted luxe high-end Advent calendars. And so there's a wide variety of things that you can use Advent calendars for. But I'm going to share with you today how I use Advent calendars for our holiday. So it all started, I want to say, about 25 years ago, when I thought it would be fun to do one when I found one in a thrift store. And I'm going to show you that one right now. So I found this Advent calendar. Look at the vintage goodness of it. I found this Advent calendar in a thrift store 25 years ago, or maybe even more. And it was the first Advent calendar that we ever used in our home, and I never did anything to it. All I did was clean it. The only thing is that it was missing a few little pieces for the Advent itself. So this is basically a tree, and it has little pegs. And in these 24 boxes are little teeny ceramic ornaments that go on the tree. And it has this star that's attached by a string. It's just a star on a hook, and that fits right into these little teeny holes. If I can do it this way, you pull it up and your little ornament is inside. So I'm not going to open all of these and show you, but basically this is just a really sweet little version and take on an Advent. Doesn't cost anything. You're not like, once I bought it, I think I paid like $5 for it. Once you bought it, I mean, you have everything you need, and it's just a fun way to count down to Christmas. So this was made in 1998, and it's a Cherished Teddy's product. So very cool. Whoever had it before me tried to Velcro it on their wall. I don't know if they were successful or not, but that's something I would not do because it's very heavy, so I don't think Velcro would hold it, but it does have a place for you to hang it on the wall if you want, but I've never hung it. I've always just sat it on a countertop. It's just easy. Well, I put extra holes in your wall just for Christmas. I'm not gonna do that. So here you go. This is the first one, and we are gonna, I have not used this in years, not since the kids grew up and they all moved out and went their own way, and I just stopped pulling it out, but this year I am pulling it out again. And I'm excited to use it, and it's just going to bring back all these wonderful memories when the kids were little and when I first started this tradition. Now, I did buy a traditional, like, candy, what do you call them? A chocolate Advent calendar. You know, the kind that you can get at like the Dollar Tree or Dollar General or the grocery store. You can pick up a calendar that just has 24 days of little chocolate treats. I did buy one of those. I bought the Kinder brand because my one son loves Kinder products, Kinder chocolates. I do too. And they were kind of hard to find this year. The one that I wanted, I did not get, but they were only $5, and I picked that up for him. So you can always do an old school candy Advent. They're cheap and easy to come by. But I like to customize most of my, or let me say curate. I like to curate most of my Advents. I've kind of geared towards curating them rather than buying them already made, but it is an option to buy things that are already made, and I am going to share with you all of the Advents that I got this year. An easy way to curate a Advent calendar is to first find a vessel that you want to use. So one of the go-tos that I always have are these types. They just have little pockets. And this one came from Target for $10. I've also gotten them from Walmart. I've gotten them online. You can get them from Temu. You can get them anywhere, ranging from $5 all the way up to an extreme amount of money, depending on how big or how luxurious you want your Advent to be. So there's an Advent vessel or calendar, blank calendar that you can customize or curate for every budget, to be honest. But I just want to show you what I've chosen. So this one is Maggie's, and I put a little treat in it every year. And the pockets are very small. So for a dog or a cat, super easy to just stuff a little treat in there. So basically something like this is going to be a really good option if you want to curate something and just use something small. And I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can use for this or put in here. So you can put essential oil bottles in here. You can buy a whole set of essential oils and then just put essential oils throughout your little pockets. Another thing that fits in those little pockets are if you're doing it for younger children, you can do stickers, you can do stamps. You can go to the Dollar Tree and get all kinds of like just little teeny things like that. If it's for like a preteen girl, you can put, this one's actually a little bit smaller. You can get them with a little bit bigger pocket. So if you, like for boys, if they're into die-cast cars, you can put cars, little cars, Hot Wheels or whatever in there. You could put earrings, you could put little perfume samples or little lipstick samples or chapstick samples. One year I bought a big box of hand lotions and a couple of them, enough so that I had at least 24 days worth, and put that in there. You could do nail polish, you could do wax melts, you could do candies, you could put your own candies in here, like individually wrapped little mints or little chocolates or something like that. The possibilities are endless for curating and personalizing a Advent calendar. And this is a perfect little tool to do that with. And I do that. That's the way I go typically every year. This year I strayed just a little bit, and you will see. But for the most part, this is what I do every year. I just get a empty vessel and fill it with something that is very customizable. On to the next one. We'll just move right along. I have a lot to show you. So one of the Advent calendars that I got this year for my son, and I got everybody 2 Advent calendars this year. That's a little bit different. Usually I just do 1, but this year it's been a long, rough year, and I feel like we need a lot more joy. I personally need to have some joy and some laughter and some whimsy in my life. And so I created things and planned this entire Christmas, and vintage comes just in time for this. It's the perfect vibe for a whimsical, very full, nostalgic, fun, warm your heart, fill your soul kind of Christmas. The way that I'm decorating, everything seems to just lend itself to that this year. I'm digressing. But anyway, so the Advent calendars are made just for bringing up that vibe. So I mean, just being able to do something extra special for everyone in my family. I really want to make sure that they have every day something to look forward to that brings them a laugh or joy, or brings back a memory or whatever. That was really important to me this year. So that's why I went a little overboard on the Advent calendars this year in doing 2 and doing them way more customized than I normally would. But so one of my sons is getting this book calendar. Now he already knows that I'm not going to be able to show you what's in it, but he already knows that he's getting it. It looks like this. And you can buy this already made from Amazon, Walmart, Temu, and Shein. I got mine from Temu. I will say across the board, all of them that I looked at all had the same thing in it. I don't think the quality would have been better in any one place, but the price definitely was better with Temu. So that's the one that I went for. So basically when it came, I took everything out that it came with, and this is what it looks like. It has envelopes. And what it was supposed to do was have things that were book related for book lovers. And my son loves to read, he loves books. So I thought it would have a lot more like book related items, and it really didn't. it had 2 bookmarks, and then it had a bunch of like really random like note cards that didn't even really fit the envelopes. So I went back on Temu and I ordered, let me see if I brought it up. I think I did. Hold on, I'll show you what I ordered. I ordered the coolest things. Now, for those of you that are into littles or smalls, this is gonna be right up your alley. And my son and I both, I did not know he was into smalls right now, but he is. So he's into smalls, I'm into smalls, so this is perfect. I ordered a bag of, I think there's like 100 of these things, of these little miniature books. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Is it gonna focus? They're actual like, ooh, I dropped that one. Let me see if I can find a better one. But it came with like the whole Harry Potter series. It had Dr. Seuss. It had, see, it's like a miniature book. It even has the replica of the binding. It has like detail on the back, just like it's a complete identical replica in like 1/12 scale of books. I have the whole Twilight series. I have Wicked. I have a bunch of Halloweenish ones, Christmassy ones. I mean, this bag was full of them, and wow, I was impressed. The other thing that I got, because he's into artwork, he likes to look at, oh my goodness, what is that one famous artist that does Starry Night? Right off the top of my head, I can't think, but anyway, he loves art. So I also got him artwork that I put in throughout all the envelopes, and I kept, this is the overflow because I didn't need 100 of everything, but I did get some pieces of art and put those in there. Like he likes the Mona Lisa and Da Vinci, all that kind of stuff. So that's what is throughout this Advent for him. Little books. I did put other things in here that are book related, like bookmarks and things like that. So this is full of fun little things like that for his first Advent. So the other Advent that I got him, and I'm just going to show you this because I'm keeping it real. The items that I got for the Advent were a little bit big for an average Advent, like the calendar one, like this. There was no way that it was going to fit in there. The books would have fit in there, but there was no way that those things were going to fit in there. So I had to be creative, and I looked for an empty Advent calendar box that would be big enough for that item. Some of the items are like this big. They're like big. So he's into plants. So a lot of plant related kind of things for his house. I couldn't fit in anything that I could find, and I didn't want to spend $30 or $40 on an empty container for Advent. So I got creative and I did a box. So I found this cute little box, and then and I'm not going to take these out, they're already sealed up, but basically I just put things in little envelopes and then put a day on it, and then put 1 all the way through 24. So he's just going to keep going down to the bottom of the box with his Advent calendar. Is it the most convenient to put on a calendar? No. Is it pretty and aesthetically pleasing to put on a calendar? No. Or a counter or decorate with? No. But that's not the point of Advent calendars for me. I don't need them to look pretty. I need them to have something in it that I can use and find joy in, and just, you know, I just wanted things to be joyful. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And inside that box that looks hideous, it is full of things for his home that he is going to be able to decorate with and has been wanting, but he doesn't want to spend money on himself. And this is just little small things that he can open up every day, that he can put about and look at, and it's just going to fill his day with joy and keep him in a happy place. And that was the whole point. Now, my other son, who loves wrestling, has always been into wrestling, who wrestled in high school and is now a professional wrestler for entertainment, I got him this Advent calendar. And look, is this not cool? So, and he loves, he collects the wrestling figures. He has some from his childhood that are super old. He has some from, like, that has been passed down, because my family's been into wrestling for as long as I can remember. So we've had those little figures, or those action figures, for the longest time. So he has all of those, and he collects them and keeps them in the original boxes and all that kind of thing. So every year I get him an advent, or curate an advent that is specifically geared towards wrestling. And last year I found the collectible die cast metal ones that are like this big. So I found kits of those and bought those. Those were hard to find enough that weren't like duplicated, but anyway, I was able to do that. So every year it's kind of along those lines, like a little mini wrestling person or wrestling related items that he could use. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of options. This may be the last year that I'm able to do a wrestling related thing. I might have to look into something else. He also, his second advent, it was chocolate, because there was no way I was going to find or top this. So I just got him a chocolate advent calendar, because he does like a certain type of chocolate. So I got him that. So this, you'll notice, is only 14 days. So I had to be creative. And what I did, these are pop figures, if you haven't figured that out already. Little pop figures. And it really wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $20 some for that on Amazon. But what I had to do was fill up the rest of the days, 15 through 24. And so what I did was I got a bag, and then I ordered little pop figures of that to finish it off. And those are even smaller than these, and they come with these little display cases. So I got 3 of those, and then every day is marked with a number, and he'll just go through the bag and open the rest of his little figures that'll go with it. And he's going to just love that. So that is his advent calendar for this year. And then let's move on to a couple of, like, so on Temu, Shein, Walmart, anywhere, you can also get advents that are like this. And this one is a little bit harder to notice, but the numbers are numbered, and they're little windows that you can punch out. And this you can buy for just a couple of bucks, and you can customize it as well. And I did that for my daughter. She loves Hello Kitty. So when I got this, I will say that she's an adult, of course. And so the it was supposed to be Hello Kitty charms, so you could put on a bracelet or a necklace. And they were just little plastic Hello Kitty figures, which are great. That's cute. But I didn't like all of them that came with this. So I got this perfect vessel, like $5 for the packaging. And you open it up carefully, because you're gonna have to seal it back up. So I opened it up, and when you pull it out, it's in individual little trays, as you can see. So when they open the window, it'll open to that little tray that's in there. And what I did was I curated it just for her. So I did keep some of the little Hello Kitty charms, as you can see. But what I did was I bought straw toppers. And this is an official Harry Potter one. And I got all kinds. I got Hello Kitty toppers. I got Harry Potter toppers. All different kinds. And so she gets a charm and a straw topper, 24 days worth. And so all I had to do is fill them back up with what I wanted and curate it pretty much. And then I put it back in and seal it back up, and I am good to go. So that's another way that you can, curate on a budget. Those straw toppers, you can buy them in bulk anywhere for just a couple of dollars and get like 20 some. So it really wasn't breaking the bank at all. I did that for her, and I did one for my son-in-law. And I also, for my son-in-law, he likes Crocs, and he does the Croc pins. So every year I do a music related or a Croc pin related, something themed like that for his advent calendar. So I did that for him this year. And I also got him this one. It's the same premise as what I just showed you, but I'm not gonna open this one because I had a heck of a time opening this one. It wasn't like an open, this one was glued. Look how bad it he will be fine. It'll be fine. He won't complain, because I had to redo his too. I customized it a little bit. And inside his box are the cutest ornaments. And all of the ornaments that came in this particular one were perfect. They're little wiener dog ornaments, and they're acrylic, really good quality. I am super happy with it. And they're about this big. They're not very big, and they're double-sided. They're beautiful. And it's a wiener dog for every day of Christmas, dressed up in a Christmas outfit and Christmas hat that he can put on a Christmas tree. So that's one of his advent calendars. And the other one is like a bunch of pins and music related, things like that. So another thing that you can put in those little enveloped advent calendars are air fresheners. You know, you can put like little air freshener for your car. What do you call it? Air refills. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do with that. Now my daughter is a stationery fanatic. So I knew this year I wanted to do something along the lines of stationery for her for an advent. And I came across on Shein for $20 the best advent calendar. And it's a stationery advent calendar. It came filled with stationery. This is what the box looks like. But that's not the best part. It has mushrooms and stuff on it. Do you see that? I'm peeking around so I can see if you can see. It's a beautiful box. The packaging is great. So inside is the best part. Look, isn't that cool? It looks like books, right? So she could literally just sit there and pull the books out. They're book envelopes. So I'm gonna pull one out and show you what the books look like. And they're basically just envelopes. So this is what day one looks like. And it just folds open and closed. And what I did was I took everything out because, again, this came with a bunch of stuff that I didn't necessarily thought was actually stationery related. And it wasn't really that great quality. So I got rid of the stuff that I didn't like. And then I replaced it with what I knew that I would like. But it did come with some really cool items. So it did come with some calligraphy pens, and these are really high quality calligraphy pens. So I got a few of these that came with that. So I left that in the envelopes, and that's all. They would put like one item. I put 2 items in each box. And then I bought a bunch of like notepads. And this one says, hey, look, it's another meeting that could have been an email. So I bought all these little funny little Post-its and thought that would be cute. And I put that in her advent. And so that is her advent each day. And we can reuse this every year. I'll just keep filling it back up. This is probably my favorite advent calendar that I made this year. I love it. And then I got, last year, I'm going to share with you the one that I got last year, again, because it's worth sharing again. It is the Elf Self-Care. And I don't know if they still sell these, but I got mine from Walmart. And you can get these, if you just Google Elf Self-Care Advent, I'm sure it'll pop up. But it's 24 days of self-care. And they're making a play on it, going elf care. And it has a nice little, I don't know if it's a poem necessarily, but a nice little paragraph reminding you of why it's important to take care of your elf. And then these are ornaments that pop out. And I'm gonna pop one out. Let's see. I think I'll do this one. This one says, I popped this one out and it says, practice elf, let me see if I can read it. Practice elf preservation, rescue yourself first. And so every day is just another reminder of what you should do to take care of your elf. And I love it. What I think I'm gonna do with this, and it also comes with the strings so that you can literally use them as, what do you call it? As ornaments. But I put them right back so that I could use it every year. if you're like me, you're going to forget what they say. So it doesn't matter if you know, pull it out every year, because you're not going to remember what you did last year. And perfect timing, I hear Art coming down the stairs. So this is his advent calendar that I got this year, and I splurged a little bit. This is the very first time that I bought one of the higher end advent calendars that everybody buys. All the big influencers buy this particular one every year. And I'm ordering it because I want to see what the hype's all about and if it's actually that good. I will say that it is very pricey, but it did come extremely well packaged. So I have a feeling that it is worth all the hype. But it is from Sugarfina, and you do need to pre-order these because they sell out really fast. And it doesn't tell you the order that the contents are in, but it does give you a list of all of the candies and confections that are in the advent calendar so that you can see what you're eating. They typically do have the same things year after year. And if you're only getting it once a year, then it's worth doing over and over again so that you can enjoy the treats once a year. They do change the packaging every year, so it's not always a gingerbread house. They're very creative and very aesthetically pleasing, so they're doing all the right things, I think. So if this turns out to be something that Art does enjoy, I will buy it every year because I just think it is, I don't know, Sugarfina. I think it's pretty cool. So that is the only indulgence that I did as far as advent calendars go. The rest I kind of stuck to tradition and just did the curated things and the fun things that I normally would do. The last advent calendar that I'm going to share with you, because remember I said I got everybody two. I tried to find a chocolate one for Art, but I could not find one. There was a gummy one that I wanted to get and then could not find. So I ended up getting this. It is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And basically you're building a scene from the movie. So it's just poignant, funny parts of the movie that you're going to pop out every day and then put the scene together. These are super cheap. You can get it at Walmart, you can get it on Temu, you can get it on Amazon, and everywhere is going to be a different price, but the quality is going to be pretty much the same wherever you go because it's the same exact calendar. But you can get it anywhere. That's like $10, so it's really not that bad. And then the other thing that I do, other than Advents, to bring joy throughout the Christmas season, something that I haven't done in a long time, but I'm bringing back this year, is Elf on the Shelf. So I have the actual Elf on the Shelf. And I think it is hilarious to play with this all throughout the Christmas season. And I do a different pose every day. And I haven't done it for a really long time, but I told Art I wanted to try it again this year, so I brought it out. And then as I was thinking about it and kind of thinking of all the funny things that I wanted him to do, I thought, and it would be so much fun to do that during Vlogmas, I came across this. It is Martha on the Mantle, and this is right up our alley, ladies, because she's like the very first, like the queen and the very first influencer of decorating. So this is like iconic to get, and I think it is stinking cute. It makes me laugh. If I can figure out how to open it, now I think it's magnetic, or do I slide it? I don't know. I don't remember how this opens, but oh, it is magnetic, just like Elf. This is what she looks like. Isn't that hilarious? I actually think I want to get Snoop on a stoop as well, because, you know, Snoop Dogg and Martha go hand in hand. But I have not picked him up yet. I hear he sells out, like every time you go to put him in your cart, he's sold out. I haven't even tried, but everybody keeps saying that. But I do think I want to get Snoop on a stoop. I think it would be hilarious. I actually got interrupted. So, all right, so that's going to do it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that this kind of sparks an idea in your head of how you can spread Christmas joy throughout the month of December and not just have it all on one day. That's the whole point for me, especially this year. I want to find ways to spark joy and laughter and spontaneity and just nostalgia and all of those wonderful vibes. I want to find a way to do that every single day, and that's personally for me and my family. And if I do Vlogmas, which I intend to do Vlogmas, but I'm not going to stress over it. If I miss a day, I miss a day. If I can, if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. I'm sorry. For those of you that look forward to my Vlogmas every year, don't be disappointed if I miss a day. Don't hold it against me. I just want to enjoy the season. It's very important to me to enjoy the season this year. We have a lot of changes coming in January, and a lot of life changes that are happening. And so this month is super important for us to just enjoy it and take it all in. And so I hope that you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that it is full of joy. I hope that it is full of laughter. I hope that it is full of an overflowing abundance of love. And with all that being said, I will see you next week when we start decorating for Christmas, which I've already started. So I don't know if I'll do decorate with me's or if I'll just tour each room. I don't know. But until then, it will be December. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's already here. And I'll see you next Sunday. So take care. Bye.